Yes! Alright, we're back in it. Here we go, hopefully another fantastic game. Another group of fantastic players, I can tell you that much. Dreamy Ant, a name that is very popular among the top level players. If you're much of a stream watcher or also enjoy checking out the front page, I guess I shouldn't say the front page, there's only one page. If you also enjoy checking out the top rated spectator game, you'll see him in that a lot. Let's continue down the team I was going down right before we loaded. Zane King is a name from the Challenger Series that you should recognize. I'm not sure if they made it into the LCS, but they were he was on one of the teams that was in competition to go into the LCS. That is how good he is. Coach Shipanya is Shifter. I find it interesting that he's actually playing support this game. Shifter, obviously known as a mid lane player, has deferred to give that to Evertran, who is actually the highest rated player on his team. Now, Evertan, not Evertran, not a name I recognize, yet he is a challenger. So I wonder if that is a smurf, or if I am just a lot more out of the loop than I would have thought. I keep up with all the streams and enjoy the spectated games, but Evertan is not a name I recognize, and he is the highest rated player on that team. Ahead of DJ Lambo, ahead of Shifter. Shifter is one of the most dominant mid-lane. He is one of the lamest mid-lane players in all of North America right now. During the LCS qualifiers, that's all the analysts could talk about, was just how much he dominates the solo queue ladder. So to have Evertan be 2 spaces ahead of him, it's a very impressive thing. Now really, Bahawaka getting a really good flame chompers there. A great ult coming in from Aetherwing Kale, who's their jungler. And a wonderful turnaround with that burst damage that Jinx has. Jinx is going to be able to sprint out and away from Mundo in time. Dreamy Ant going to go for the dive here on Shifter, which should work out alright. Except he's not high enough level to have the reset on the jump, so he dies under the tower. Evertan comes in to try to pick up a kill here. So far we've got 3 down on red and only 1 down on blue, but we're going to see... oh my lord, are we going to see Thresh go down? He does, and Dragon Raider picks up another kill, but he pays for it with his life, and so far this has been a 3 for 3, yes, a 3 for 3, and that's how it's going to end. What a crazy back and forth. Oh my lord, I thought that Thresh might just get away. He might just survive and not die to the burn of Mundo, but no, just barely. Just barely. And in his dying breath, Dragon Raider gets off a phenomenal cleaver to take down... that would have been Bella. A really good cleaver. I can't stress that enough. That was a really good job on his part, putting in the effort to get that and pick that up. Now, I can't remember if when we came in, Blue was already had 2 turrets, or if that was a byproduct of what just occurred. Oh, well, we know the top turret went down because of all the focus on bottom lane. I'm not sure if the second turret went down due to that as well. That would be a little strange since the mid laner did come. In fact, the blue mid laner was the first one present of the 2 mid laners, so who knows? We'll have to see how that plays out. That means it's a 2,000 gold lead here for the blue team. They set themselves up for a very healthy mid game. Now you look at these lineups, blue team's got some really good hard initiate in the form of Shyvana, some really good damage to back that up in the form of Jinx, some assassination potential to come in once all the CC is blown via Kha'Zix, and Kale is there to provide AoE damage to benefit her team. If I'm not mistaken, she still has the AoE resistance shred that goes along with that damage. She has the heal, she can slow down a singular target, and of course, most importantly, she brings that invulnerability ult, whether that be to save Dreamy Ant in the middle of a big fight, to keep Thresh on the front line so that he can continue trying to pull people, slow people, and get his ultimate off. No way! DJ Lambo preemptively flashes the wall, expecting Zane King to flash. He doesn't flash. Mundo backs off, expecting the damage to be enough to kill him. It isn't. Zane King walks out. Dreamy Ant comes in, picks up Mundo, and DJ Lambo. And it looked like it was going to be a turnaround of a gank for a 2 for nothing. Evertan comes in and just completely explodes Kha'Zix. Really, this is why these high diamond and challenger level games are so fun, because you just never know what's going to happen. That escape from Zane King just walking out of there was absolutely hysterical. Blue picked up another turret in that time. They came out positive on the net on the kill score there, and they've picked up a dragon. They've now pushed themselves out ahead of the competition by 5,000 gold at 15 minutes. Now, back in the days of Season 2, that's an insurmountable gold lead, and this game is over. Back in the days of Season 3, the only way to come back is if Red makes a total throw play at Baron. But this is preseason Season 4. We're going to have to see if this is something that is recoverable, because it seems daunting to look at a 5,000 gold lead only 16 minutes into the game. That's going to be very, very challenging for Blue to come back from. But one of my favorite parts about what we've seen from this preseason in Season 4 is that these gold leads don't always stick around. We've seen a lot of them just today flip-flop back and forth. 7,000 gold one way, wait 5 more minutes, 7,000 gold the other way. 5 minutes is an exaggeration, more like 10 or 15. But they keep going back and forth, and that's really, really exciting. That's what makes a great game, in my opinion. Up at the top lane, we got Zane King and Dragon Raider just bullying each other back and forth. 2 beefy guys going through a slap fest. Now, Dragon Raider has better health regeneration. Absolutely, no question there. But he's behind on items and gold. So Mundo has that passive health regeneration that's going to help him recover a lot of health, and that's going to be augmented by a Spirit Visage. But Shyvana has much better golden items and might even be a higher level. Kha'Zix is going to survive the Evertan ultimate. Oh man, he's going to survive the Evertan ultimate thanks to the invulnerability from Shyvana, and it looked like Evertan was going to be able to get away on just 1 health, but Baha flashes in for it after her ultimate fails to kill him, picks up that kill with an auto attack, turn, and ends the life of DJ Lambo from her now fantastic positioning to do so. Shifter has managed to sandwich himself between Zane King and Baha. Baha's going to pick him up as well. Baha gets pulled over by the Thresh Lantern and is now looking for Siaya. I never really knew how to pronounce that. Siaya managed to escape, but is flanked by Kale, and he gets picked off. This is such an incredible game we're watching right now. I can't believe how back and forth this is. And by back and forth, I don't mean back and forth. I mean, I can't believe all these situations that Blue somehow manages to have these crazy fights that they come out on top from. Dragon Raider just walking face first into TNR18 and Bahawaka. Bahawaka, I feel like, is probably a Smurf as well. The playstyle seems familiar. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Chaox or Waka Waka Walk, to be honest. But anyway, Dragon Raider walks right up to them. Really questionable decision. He thought he had backup. Little did he know that the first backup to arrive was the backup for Blue Team. And he just gets exploded by Dreamy Ant. Kha'Zix is perfectly happy to have you missing health. I'll tell you what. Don't mess around with the Kha'Zix Q. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. Now, Azingi, again, last game that we watched, went with that Spirit of the Elder Golem. Is that right? Pretty sure that's right. Anyway, went with that Spirit of the Elder Golem. Oh, man, that doesn't sound... Spirit of the Ancient Golem. There we go. I was going to say, that doesn't sound right at all. Spirit of the Ancient Golem, as well as the Madrid's Razors. Now, notice this game, neither jungler has gone any build remotely like that. So, very, very interesting build to come out of Azingi. We really have no clue if that's going to catch on or not. Should be interesting to see if he's just being an innovator once again and everyone starts to switch over to his build. It's worked out, seems to have worked out very well for him in the games that we've seen so far tonight. He always seems very effective at generating income and being there to support his team. DJ Lambo flashes over the wall, does manage to avoid the ult from Baja Waka, but it doesn't matter because the follow-up auto attack takes him out. And now DJ Lambo is off the map. DJ Lambo, I'm not sure if he is still a substitute for Dignitas. Now Dreamy Ant tries to go in on Shifter here. Unfortunately for him, Everton was ready to go, and Shifter is on Leona, a champion really great at holding you in place for an exceptionally long time. And while she does it, her allies are doing damage, so you know, once you saw that death mark come in from Everton, that it was over. Dragon Raider about to get surrounded by 3 people here. If this hook lands, he could be in trouble. Luckily for him, it does not. He's enjoying that Spirit Visage assistance on his regeneration right now. He does have a rank 2 ultimate as well, so he's recovering truly a large amount of health. DJ Lambo looking to try to scare off Bella and Zane King. Pretty bold maneuver. Hold on a second, I need to respond to a text. Now we see Red initiate this fight and successfully take out AF Bella, but I have the feeling that it's not just going to be Shifter that dies. DJ Lambo going to have to pay for this with his life. Oh yes, Dreamy Ant coming for the follow-up. Now Dragon Raider is going to go down. There's no way he can survive long enough. Dreamy Ant's Q is going to be doing way too much damage to an isolated target. He either needs to get into a crowd or simply run, because that Dreamy Ant Q is going to hit so hard and he is gone. Really, a note to anybody, no matter how built you think you are, if you were going to try to fight a Kha'Zix, it doesn't matter if you've been fighting them even up till now, always make sure that you're in a group of something. Whether those be your minions, your allies, neutral monsters, just make sure you have something nearby, because if he gets you isolated, even if he's behind, his damage is just going to be far too great for you to be able to compete with. You see that a lot, and that's why the jungle Kha'Zix has been very popular lately, even though his jungle clearing is actually very slow at the start of the game. He's pretty weak when he first comes out of the jungle, but he's able to come out for ganks, and people try to run to safety, but that leaves him isolated, and he picks up those kills. Even if you just have a buddy system and you two stick together, you can't isolate that Q. That's a lot of damage that he's not going to be doing to you. Everyone, try to incorporate that in the next game that you are against the Kha'Zix. Obviously, we just saw Blue pick up Baron. So now a Baron Nashord blue team that is up 2 towers, 12 kills, and 10,000 gold. Now, interestingly enough, blue team does not have a single challenger. Red team has 2, as well as an LCS substitute, or at least ex-LCS substitute. So we'll have to see, is blue team going to hold this lead? The odds are against them, but they've done incredibly well so far. They're always following up the initiations by the other people. Oh, Dreamhand gets caught with that beautiful, glorious Kale ult. The Kale ult, the Kale ult, the Kale ult. Shifter now left abandoned in the wake of the ruins of his retreating team, and that Kale ult was just marvelous. One of the reasons Kale will always be a valuable asset to your team, you just saw right there. That was, oh, so very, very beautiful. Ah, if I could watch it replay, it'd be wonderful. But the situation that looked like Dreamy Ant got completely caught out of position and was absolutely doomed to die a horribly quick death. Not so much. That Kale ultimate comes in with the invincibility. He leaps and flashes out at the last second, and suddenly the fight turns around for a 2-for-0 for blue, as now they just push down all they want down the middle lane. DJ Lambo gets pulled in. He's going to die. Shifter tries to E in. He's going to die. Baja Waka looking to try to clean everything up. The skill shots don't land. He's going to get out of there. He doesn't have his ult up, so he can't kill Ezreal. He might try to just ult the fountain. He does. We'll see if that manages to pick it up. It does not. Doesn't look like it hit. Baja Waka will take the lantern and pull out of there and continue to push down more turrets. 15,000 gold difference, 16 kills, make that a 17 kill differential, 5 towers down. This is unfortunately very much a one-sided match, but it has been exceptionally well played by the blue team. Make no mistake. They have done an incredibly good job escaping extremely close scenarios and doing a wonderful job turning bad situations in their favor. Lambo with a good escape there needs to try to not stick around or he will get picked off. Oh, see Aya? Arcane shifts right into the zap that he didn't see coming. Tries to flash back over the wall in desperation and fear once he realizes how much he just got chunked. Doesn't manage to pull it out. Well, does get back over the wall, but it doesn't matter because the Jinx flashes back up and she cleans up house. We're seeing these games that are very one-sided on the AD carry scale. And look at the difference in gold between these two right now is 4,600 gold differential. That's incredible. Hopefully we'll get a game tonight where we see the two AD carries in close competition with one another, because I predict if we do, that will be a marvelous game. And certainly much closer than the last one. Now let's move on to our next one and see what we have. Ha, that was corny. Let's move on to our next one and see if we can pick up some good stuff.